Welcome to part 2 of The Rookie Wasn't Cleared to Wrestle, Then the Veteran Slammed Him Anyway. Like, comment and subscribe to this channel. The locker room was cold. Fluorescent lights hummed. Samuel Knox sat on the floor, back against the wall, wrist still throbbing. The board called for a meeting and circled him. The producer rose on his feet, his voice sharp as knives. "You're cut off," he said. "Lay low. Don't appear. Stay invisible." Samuel laughed. A low, bitter sound. He stood, fists clenched, and walked out. He found a corner in the hallway. The door cracked open. Jennifer slipped in, phone in hand. "Look at this," she said, grinning. "Fan footage. Millions of views. They're calling it A Rookie Stands Against Bullying." Samuel leaned over, eyes scanning the phone, scrolling through comments, tweets, reactions. The heat from the screen matched the fire inside him. "They want me," he muttered. "They want the fight they didn't plan for." Jennifer smirked. "You've got their attention. You can't hide now." Samuel nodded. He stayed quiet, thoughts sharp, calculating the next move. A week passed. No appearances. The company fumed. Social media exploded. Fans debated, dissected, demanded. The pressure mounted. Executives whispered behind glass offices. Finally, they made a move. "You're back," the head producer said, headset tight against his ear. "You're in a storyline with Zach." Samuel raised an eyebrow. Zach. The veteran. Ego bigger than the arena. Respected. Dangerous. This time he was ready. Medically cleared. Mentally ready. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. The MIC test was tense. Samuel's voice steady, Zach's smirk unshakable. "You think last week scared me?" Zach said. Fingers tapping the MIC. "You don't know the first thing about respect." Samuel didn't flinch. "I learned quickly. You just taught everyone else what a mistake looks like." Zach chuckled. Too loud. Too arrogant. He paced, bumping into producers, ignoring instructions. "Move the camera, step aside. This is my segment," he barked. Everyone flinched. Samuel took it in, noting every twitch, every disregard. Zach didn't see him. Didn't see the fire he had lit. Practice matches followed. Short, violent bursts. Zach dismissed every choreographed move. He shoved Samuel harder than planned. Mocked the producer. Snapped at referees. Samuel adapted. Observant. Quick. Every dodge, counter, feint measured. His mind raced. His careless. Arrogant. "I can use this." The producer sighed. "Don't go too far." "Not yet." Samuel's jaw tightened. "I'll stay in control, but only so long." They ran the final drill. Zach tried a cheap shot mid-sequence. Samuel shifted, grabbed him, slammed him into the ropes. Zach staggered, shocked. Samuel's pulse raced. The crew held their breath. The veteran didn't smile. He snarled. "You're out of line, Zach," Samuel whispered, low and sharp. "You started it." The tension in the room was electric. Cameras, crew, producers, everyone knew this wasn't standard. Every move, every glance screamed. The story was breaking. Practice ended. Zach stormed out, muttering, slamming doors. Samuel stayed, chest heaving, hands shaking from adrenaline. Jennifer handed him water. "Tomorrow," she said, voice low, "the world watches. They'll know your name." Samuel nodded, silent. Observant. Ready. This wasn't just practice. It was a prelude. The unscripted storm was coming, and everyone backstage felt it. Backstage, Samuel exhaled sharply. He had been through weeks of tension, criticism, and being sidelined. Tonight, he wasn't just stepping into a match, he was stepping into a storm that Jack had been brewing for years. The bell rang. Samuel and Jack locked eyes, circling. Jack ignored every call, every gesture from the producers. His shoves were harder than scripted, his counters sharp, almost reckless. Samuel adapted instantly, reading his opponent, anticipating each strike. Every movement became survival, every block a statement. "You think this is a game?" Samuel growled, spinning Jack into a counter that had the crowd gasping. Jack's smirk didn't falter. "It's always been a game. You just didn't know the rules." The match escalated. Samuel ducked a clothesline, rolled Jack into a submission, forcing him to struggle in real effort. The audience sensed it, the energy wasn't rehearsed. Samuel's fire, Jack's arrogance, the tension of betrayal, it all exploded in the ring. Finally, Samuel caught Jack off guard, winding up for a real pin. His hands wrapped around Jack's shoulders. The referee dove in. 1, 2. Suddenly, a third wrestler ran down the ramp, hitting Samuel mid-pin. Jack's shoulders were raised, and the referee counted 3. Jack technically won. But then it happened. A voice shouted from the crowd, "Samuel! Samuel!" Others picked it up. The arena erupted, not for the veteran, but for the rising star who had risked everything. Samuel's chest heaved. Sweat stung his eyes. He couldn't win the match, but in that moment, the fans had already declared their hero. Jack stepped back, realizing the dynamic had shifted. He had the victory, yes, but the crowd's allegiance had slipped from him. Samuel rose, rubbing the sting from the interference, and looked to the fans cheering his name. He raised a hand, just slightly, acknowledging them. Every camera caught it. Social media exploded instantly. Backstage, producers scrambled. The company had planned a controlled outcome, but the unscripted tension, Samuel's skill, and the fan reaction had created something they couldn't contain. Samuel had become the story, not the veteran, not the interference, but the fighter who refused to stay in the shadows. The bell had rung, but the battle for attention, respect, and legacy was just beginning. The end. Fame and recognition comes when we remain true to ourselves. Practice hard but never lose your uniqueness. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and drop your thoughts on this story.